And now, Rocket League and KFC present WWE Royal Rumble.
Alright, what is up, guys? I am here with the Royal Rumble 2018 pay-per-view review. So for the Royal Rumble reviews this year, I'm going to try to get through as many as I can. I've been moving, I've been working a lot, so it's difficult to sit down, watch a pay-per-view, and review it. I already filmed a few of these before I moved, so that's good. And 2019, I already did a full in-depth review for, so figured why bother going over it again. My opinion really hasn't changed on 2019. So yeah, 2018. This was in, I believe, Philadelphia. And I almost went to this, but I decided to go to WrestleMania instead. So this Royal Rumble was kind of special for me because it was, I was going to WrestleMania 34. And this was, really starting the big build to WrestleMania 34. So I was excited. And overall, I think this is a solid Royal Rumble. So we did have 3 pre-show matches. We had a 6-man cruiserweight tag match, really nothing special. We had the Revival versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And then we have Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley in sort of a impromptu match. So opening the card, we had AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in the handicap match for the WWE Championship. This went almost 16 minutes. It's an interesting concept. It's a good way to build to WrestleMania with the relationship between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But at the same time, we all kind of knew AJ Styles was going to WrestleMania as champion. So it's a nice little kind of, transition match. Really, nice little filler for AJ Styles' title reign. And, I always like the dynamic between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think it really works. And then we have the 2 out of 3 falls match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. This was the Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. And like I said, this is 2 out of 3 falls. It only goes 7 minutes and 45 seconds. And actually, no, it does not go 7 minutes and 45 seconds. It goes 13 minutes and 55 seconds. I was looking at the wrong bracket. But, this is a 2 out of 3 falls match. And the Usos win 2 falls to none. 2 out of 3 falls match, I love them. But at the same time, you kind of want more than just one team getting 2 falls. At least make the other team look strong. That's the way I look at it. It builds suspense. I get it's unpredictable to have 2 falls in a row, which is fine and everything, but especially this match, with these 4 talented wrestlers, I would have preferred, a good, like a 1-to-1, and then, good back and forth, and then, the suspense is there. Have a really good match, and then not know who's going to get that final fall. So this was kind of disappointing at the time. And then we have the 30-man Royal Rumble match for the World Championship main event slot at WrestleMania 34. This did not, of course, go to the main event slot at WrestleMania 34, but they like to make you think it does. So, in terms of a Royal Rumble match, I thought this was an awesome Royal Rumble. So we started off with Rusev and Finn Balor. They were the first 2 entrants. And then we had Baron Corbin, we had Elias, we had a few fillers like Rhino, Heath Slater, Bray Wyatt came in, and then we had some NXT wrestlers. We had Andrade, as well as Adam Cole, who, the night before obviously had really good showings, so it's kind of their way to reward them, I guess. Shinsuke Nakamura came out at number 14. We had John Cena, which is awesome. It's good to see him in the Rumble. We had the Hurricane, which is a really nice surprise, as well as Rey Mysterio returning at number 27. Your final few entrants, we had Roman Reigns, Goldust, and Dolph Ziggler as your number 30. And, I really liked the pacing and flow of this Rumble match. I thought it was really good. And the final 6, we had kind of your new wave versus kind of your, next set of guys here. So, I think the final 6 we had, let's see. I think we had Roman, we had Nakamura, and then Finn Balor, as well as, let's see, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton. So that's a really good final 6 to have. That's probably as good as you can get in this Rumble match. And then we had Roman and Nakamura being the final 2. Nakamura gets the win, and the crowd went nuts, and this was a very well-deserved spot for Nakamura, and I was really happy about him winning. And then instantly afterwards, he announces he's facing AJ Styles. And this was a cool prospect at the time. For some of you New Japan fans, they had their Great Wrestle Kingdom match. So we were really hoping for that dream match to, occur once again. So then we had Cesaro and Sheamus defeating Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan for the Raw Tag Team titles. This went 12 minutes and 50 seconds. Really nothing to write home about. And then we had your triple threat match for the Universal Championship at 10 minutes and 55 seconds. Brock Lesnar versus Kane and Braun Strowman. This match was awful. I was expecting a little something more from this. We all knew Brock was winning. There was no doubt about that. And this match is really just known for, of course, Brock stiffing Braun Strowman. And pretty hard shot there. And, you had really weak table spots. There were times where someone would just get shoved instead of, an actual shot. This was just a very weak, just kind of slow-paced match. These guys really could have put something together that was great here. Like the Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam in 2017. That's really what you're looking for in terms of, very fast-paced, 3 powerhouses. So yeah, this was a disappointing triple threat match. And then we had the first ever 30-woman Royal Rumble match for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania 34. So, the first ever Women's Rumble. This was something I thought would not work. I think 2019's wasn't that great, but 2018, for the first ever Women's Rumble match, killed it. This was great. So the first 2, we had Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. We had Kairi Sane from NXT. We had a lot of surprise entrants here. We had number 5, Lita, which is my all-time favorite women's wrestler. Lita looked okay. She did a pretty scary moonsault, but, she looked like to be in decent shape. We had Tori Wilson, Molly Holly, which is cool to see, Michelle McCool, Vicky Guerrero, Kelly, Jacqueline, Beth Phoenix, the Bellas, and then number 30 we had Trish Stratus, which was kind of predictable, but that was cool. And Sasha Banks actually eliminated Trish Stratus. She eliminated Bayley. So Sasha Banks looked really good in this match. One of my only kind of gripes about this is I understand this is the first ever Women's Rumble, but there's so many times where you don't really know who's in the ring still because they would roll out. And obviously that's not an elimination, but they would roll out, go to the floor. So at times it just felt maybe a little cluttered. But other than that, this was a good paced match. We had a lot of pops, we had a lot of surprises. So Nikki Bella and Asuka were the final 2 in the ring. And then I don't think there was much of a doubt of who was going to win this. And of course, Asuka gets the win here, last eliminating Nikki Bella. So Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss were out the entire match, just watching because they were the champions at the time. So they both came in the ring. Asuka looks like she's about to choose who she wants to face. And then all of a sudden you get Bad Reputation by Joan Jett, and you have Ronda Rousey coming out. And this is something I was kind of expecting until the end of the match, because I thought she was going to debut in the Rumble. So when she didn't, I was like, well, I guess no Ronda Rousey. And then, of course, she comes out and has a little moment with the four of them in the ring there. So, you know, it's a cool moment to have Ronda Rousey come out. I was never a fan of her when she was in the UFC, but it was definitely a talking point for a lot of people. And overall, I thought this was a great Rumble match. So, two great Rumble matches. Two kind of so-so world title matches. You know, this is one example of when you pick the right winners for the Rumble. Nakamura and Asuka, perfect winners. They would both not go on to win the title. But, you know, I think it worked out. You know, it would have been nice to see Nakamura win. I liked that Charlotte beat Asuka. But, you know, maybe Asuka should have won the belt and went on a little longer as champion. But overall letter grade for this show, I'm going to give this show a B+. It's very enjoyable. It is a great Rumble. Definitely check this one out if you get a chance. In 2018, a horrible year for WWE. At least we got a good Rumble. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. For now, this has been the DVD Freak. Peace out.